Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have me douse, not what I'm about, have your fucking cloud. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
The jackals, hyenas, they're barking at him, laughing at him. They nip his toes and eat the food that's in his domain. They do this, and they get closer and closer and bolder, till one day, that lion gets up and tears the shit out of everybody, runs like the wind, eats everything in his path. Because every once in a while, the lion has to show the jackals who he is.
Welcome to Friday Night Lights. I am your host, Mikey, and as always, riding shotgun with me is my boy Tommy. How you doing, brother?
What is going on, man? Mr. Mikey, today is Friday, and yes, Friday Night Lights, and we are back. Glad that everybody's here, by the way. Thomas here. Let's go Buffalo. Damn right. Mike in the building. Another Mike. Big D teabag Jersey Jets Sunday. Damn real Bills. Yep. It's showtime. Woo! And Evening Jets by Beth. Hello, Beth. But yeah, man, that intro, the second part, just love it, man, because that is so buff. Like, I'm telling you, like, all right, Jets. Yeah, you want to. Yeah, you think you're gonna come in here? You're gonna poke us a little bit. All right, you're gonna make a little. All right. I'm gonna show you what we're all about. Like, we're gonna show the NFL what we're all about, because I still think not everybody is respecting what Brandon Beane is doing here. I still think there's some doubters, man.
There was a lot of doubters after that second half of the Sunday night game. And you hear a lot of them talking about those national pundit heads, the stupid talking heads that get paid a lot of money to sit up there and spit narratives that they don't know shit about, talking about how we can only play one half of football. The Bills run into a good team. What better team are we going to run into than the Chiefs?
Oh, you mean like Nick Wright, who's putting in his third tier?
Yeah.
Really? All right. So Chiefs, somebody, the Eagles, I forget who else he had. And we're third.
I think Cowboys.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, bro. Take that shit somewhere else, Nick. Right? You're back at it, huh? That guy's such a clown, bro.
Yeah, he loves his Chiefs, and he's a homer, and he buys into it hard. Yeah, and Bean rolled with that. He's like, I'll take that as a compliment.
We were just talking about that actually right before he came on the air. Too funny, man. Yeah, hey. Yeah. So speaking of that, Mikey, go ahead, man, guys. We had some
before we get into the trade deadline stuff, did you see the game last night?
I did. So I tweeted it out. I'm like, oh shit, it's second half's gonna be interesting, any given Thursday as a joke. Mm-hmm. But once again, it's just like they were just overmatched. And Houston's a bad team, and they're still, they I think one of the receivers didn't play. He's like holding out now or something like that, right? Brandon Cooks, I think it was.
Yeah.
So like they were missing they were missing a weapon on top of that. Davis Mills is
good anyways.
No, they're not, but still, without him, it's still
the Eagles have played two winning teams.
Yeah.
One of them was Kirk Cousins on a primetime game, which he never wins, and the other was Cooper Rush and the Cowboys.
Right. And dude, it's so frustrating. Thank God we don't have this problem in Buffalo. How are these guys so wide open? A.J. Brown, wide open, missed assignments. I mean, like the one guy you should be paying attention to, right?
We say the same thing every week with Travis Kelce. How do you not guard that guy?
I don't know. I'm telling you, bad defenses, and it's weird because their coach Lovie Smith is a I believe is a defensive coach, right? So like
Jerry Hughes is balling though.
I told you, man. I love Jerry. I still love Jerry. I don't care what anyone says. Jerry Hughes, man, I'm telling you, he still had some juice. It just, listen, it was time to move on. And I wished him well. I didn't hate on him.
Playing at home. He went home too. Like he's from Houston.
Different system too.
Yeah, he's from Houston, so he went home and played. He's also really happy being back at his house. Where he goes every offseason. So, good for him.
But I will say this too, though, different system. Because look, I'll give you an example. When we had Lorenzo Alexander, and we had Rex Ryan's defense, he was letting Alexander get to the quarterback. Like that was go get him, right? He had 10 and a half, 11 sacks that one season. And then when McDermott got here, you saw Alexander's numbers totally dropped because it's a different system. It's having him do different things on the field. Just like Milano and Edmonds will never get those kind of sack totals.
No.
They just won't. It's a different kind of. So maybe in Houston, what Lovey has Jerry doing is just a little bit different. You know what I mean? Different scheme. So, but hey, man, I got to give him credit, though. For his age, he's doing his thing, man. You can't hate on Jerry Hughes, man. He left and he's still doing good.
At Angry Buffalo, you had the flu last week. That sucks. I know that. I had that not too long ago. Tommy had to ride solo one night. It's that time of year. So try to keep fluids.
Got to keep fluids.
Keep fluids. Right here. Do it Tommy style, Corona style. So, anyways, let's hop into this, Tommy. Trade deadline. We'll start with the Dolphins. The Dolphins make a couple moves. They bring in Bradley Chubb and give him an extension. 5 years, 110 more.
Yeah.
On top of what he already had. So it's like 6 years, 119 and a half, just under Von Miller. Just $500,000 under Von Miller. Then they also bring in Jeff Wilson Jr. as part of the deal for Bradley Chubb. They sent out Edmonds.
Yeah.
Do you think that puts Miami in the class of Buffalo and KC and Philly?
No.
As everyone else seems to think Bradley Chubb was the missing piece.
No. They still got offensive line problems. They still got. I like their quarterback, but he's still a question mark. Let's be real. He's having a better season, but we'll see. The running game, I don't think that's a huge upgrade at running. I'll be honest with you. Chubb is. Hey, listen, Chubb. I can't hate on Chubb. Chubb is a nasty defender, man. He is good, but they're banged up in the corners room too. Xavier Howard, he's having a tough year this season, staying healthy. The other guy too, I forget, Jones also is having a tough time. So they got their problems too over there in Miami. Rookie coach too. But does this help them? Does this make them better? Sure, of course. I'd be hating if I said that it didn't. I would be lying. Of course. Like, yes, this does improve their team a little bit. But are they on the same level as a KC and a Buffalo? No.
Chewy, we'll get to this question in a minute. I'm not ignoring it. I see it. I'll do it in the next segment. Okay, so going in, and Mike comes in and says, Chubb doesn't help Tua keep Tua from being thrown around like a ragdoll. Yeah, does it help? Yes, he brings more pressure, but the thing about Chubb is he can't stay healthy. Very much like
Chubb. Yeah,
and
that's
Tua
right.
And a lot of these other guys. So they're gambling big on Chubb. I don't look at Chubb in the same class as the Myles Garretts and the Von Millers.
Lots of picks too. Lots of picks.
And
they're throwing picks away, money away. Like
good. Let them.
Yeah. I mean, I listen. It is what it is. It is what it is. But they better hope they're right.
Yeah. Yep. So the Bills come in at the deadline with 2 moves.
Wild, man. 5 minutes to go. I didn't think it was going to happen.
And neither did Brandon Bean. He said with an hour left, he wasn't expecting anything to happen, and then bam, it just popped up.
Yeah.
First, they packaged Moss with a conditional 6th-round pick, and send him up to Indianapolis and bring back Naeem Hines.
Yeah.
What's your thought on Hines?
I heard his name floating around there during a trade deadline. I didn't think he wasn't really on my radar. Though I like the player, and I kind of feel like he is what they wanted initially with McKissick. But I think he's more dynamic. I think he's faster. I mean, he also could provide
running back.
He's a better exactly. And he's also good special teams, right? So it's going to be interesting too. So he's definitely probably going to take Shakir's position at punt return.
He'll probably take McKenzie's job at kick return too.
Yeah, but I will say this: I would tell Bills Mafia this: he's probably going to be a little bit slower to get going in the offense because he has to learn to play. He has to get caught up, right? And he already seems a little bit overwhelmed because when they talked to him today, he was like, "Man, this playbook's crazy." I got a few things
him
down.
to really be caught up, and this is the whole reason why we wanted Odell to sign if he's going to sign early, so he can learn the playbook.
Bro,
I really don't expect Hines until the later portion of this year to really be fully
shine.
invested
To
in
do right.
On.
I agree.
Right now, give him a small package of plays. Let him be the returners. And then give him a small package like a third down back. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Give him the punt return. Give him punt return. You don't need it. There's nothing really you need to know. Right? You need return to kick, catch it. And give him a few plays that, get him some plays that he knows for sure, right? And get him in there just to get in there, get the feel for the offense. But total, man, it's probably going to take a little bit. So I would definitely hold off on him coming in.
Back.
Hey, buddy. What is up, man? So, yeah, I would hold off on the, picking him up on fantasy anytime soon. Wait a little bit on that. Right? You know what I mean? So
Beth comes in and says Hines is a great move. He'll be a mentor to Cook for a few years. Yes.
Yeah.
And he's going to teach Cook the little nuances of that role.
And what's good is he's here, I believe, till 2026, correct?
He could be here till up to 2026. He signed through 2026.
Okay.
Next year, he has no more guaranteed money after this year. Next year, I think he's a $5 million hit cap. And then the following in 2025, he has another $5 million. Then 2026 is like a $15 million or something like that. So I imagine they're going to redo his contract at the end of the year to bring next year's down. But
it'll be interesting to see how they do the whole Singletary thing when the season's over.
Yeah.
Because Singletary, I mean, we all know he's a free agent, but I'm very curious because are they going with, if they let Singletary go or,
just going to go with
counter
off? Cook?
Yeah. Are they willing to just go that route, or do they go and get a bigger back, which I think is what it's really missing. I'll be honest with you. I think the bigger back is what Buffalo needs, like a 3-down bigger back. And then you have the Naeem Hines, the Cooks that do the other stuff. We haven't had that, honestly, since Carlos Williams, who's a running back who backed up Shady. Yeah. That was it. That was our last bigger back.
And he was only there for 1 year, and then he was gone.
1 year. Yeah, and he had a really good rookie year, but I obviously, he had personal stuff going on, but we haven't gone that route in a while. So maybe we do that in the draft. Maybe there's somewhat a free agent. I don't know, but I can't assume that we would go 3 smaller backs moving forward and re-sign Singletary. So that kind of tells me re-signing Singletary probably not going to happen. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. It really doesn't. And Scott comes in and says he thinks it's a sign that we're not going to re-sign Singletary.
Right.
With cap becoming an issue next year, knowing that we'll probably have to redo his anyways to bring it down. Having Cook and Hines and then go in and get a big bruiser back in the draft, I could see that as a possibility.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows? Singletary might not want to leave and come back on a team-friendly deal too, and then you could have those 3.
He could, and then you got decisions to make, but we'll see. Hey, maybe Singletary has to bounce back.
Cali Bills is Jack Me.
Jack. Hey, what's up, Jack? What's going on, bro? I was like, who is okay? By the way, I will say this too. This is the first time that I think Singletary is going to be the lead, like really the lead back. Because yes, they're putting Cook in a little bit more, but I still don't think he'll be taking away carries like Moss was doing early on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I could definitely see Singletary, his carries staying in that 15 range. Like they were the last 2 games. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's good for Singletary. It really is, because now we can really see Singletary work and see what he can do when he gets the touches. Because when he does, he's productive, Mikey. He is.
Yeah.
So when he gets 7 touches, he's not.
Yeah, and Spin's right here. Running backs have to get their bag when they can get it, because they have a very small, short shelf life in the NFL.
Very small.
You know, and Singletary came in with a ton of workload in college.
Yep.
You know, the fact that he hasn't had a ton of workload in the pros, it might help him secure a bigger bag in the offseason for a better scheme fit. Because I love Singletary, don't get me wrong. I think he's fantastic. I think he'd be better in a better run-oriented offense.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
You stick him somewhere like Philly or San Francisco, or
he would thrive.
Even with the Jets, you know what I mean? Or send him to Detroit and let him play behind that offensive line. You know, because he does such a good job. Like for the Bills, most of the time, he's getting hit within like the first yard of getting the ball, and he's still getting 2-3 yards.
Right. Yeah.
You know, give the guy
a
few yards, then let him make a guy miss. He's turning those 3-yard carries he's getting right now into 12, 13-yard carries.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So, and then we're going to all be talking about how, damn, you see Devin Singletary last week with whoever team he played for? Dude had 100-something yard game.
Vikings. Mike's right. Not only on the 49ers, Vikings that run first offense. You know, the Eagles have that. You know, I think they'd be really good there in those type of you know where I don't want to see him end up? New England.
Right. I know. But they have Gerga. I think they have, unless he would back up. Stevenson is, man. I'm surprised they're not really feeding him more, man.
Right. And then me and Mike are on the same page tonight. He's going to watch him sign with New England under Zappy.
Zappy. Right? The Zappy Express.
Yes, Scott. He has elite quickness. He has average long speed.
Exactly. Yeah. He can't take it to the house.
Yeah.
But he has that first step, that real quick first step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
great
super
contact
elusive. Balance.
Very good. Yeah, he's always falling forward. He's not easy to take down, bro.
Spin, put Singletary behind that Cleveland line, right?
He would kill it, man.
Yeah.
But they got their back.
But that's the type of system he would fit so well.
Oh, 100%.
You know, he would get the recognition I think he deserves. You know, he's underutilized in Buffalo, and his style doesn't fit our offense really. He still makes it work because he's so good.
Right.
But ultimately, I think he would look better with a better run line in front of him. But then the other deal we struck, we brought back Dean Marlowe for a 7th-round pick.
Welcome back to Buffalo. We're bringing back everybody. Come on back home.
Right? we're rerunning that what was it, that 2019 team? Right. You know, they're all
Come on back home where you belong. Richie, you want to come out of retirement? Come on.
You would love to get Richie back, wouldn't you?
Oh my God, but he's done. He's retired.
Kyle,
but yeah, I would.
Bring Kyle back too. Bring Kyle and Richie.
Right.
You know, tell Shady, you know, get back in shape, brother.
Yeah, we got you. Oh man, but yeah, no, that kind of tells you though. We were talking about this, Jordan Poyer. We all know he's already ruled out this Sunday. So
we gave back Atlanta's 7th rounder that we got
for Lee Smith. I know.
So basically, we're like, you can have your pick back. So basically, we traded Lee Smith for Dean Marlowe.
Right. Thank you.
Later. Yeah,
appreciate
you. Which Dean is the perfect backup safety.
Yeah,
you know, knowing
Jordan, we needed him.
Yeah, knowing Jordan's out this week, we'll go with the 2 young kids, Hamlin and Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
But to know that we have Marlowe as the safety net is fantastic.
Yeah, it's huge, man. Like a guy that knows the system, knows Frazier, knows McDermott.
Played really well in the system too.
Yeah, also with the players. So it's not like he's coming with like all these new players and like you got to know the locker room and like dude, he knows that. You know what I mean? Like this is an easy walk back, right? Same with Jordan Phillips, same with Shaq Lawson. Like nothing's changed. It's not like they're coming back to a place that's like different.
It's not even just the players; it's the families. Like Marlowe's wife was just so excited, like crying, excited, in tears that she was coming back to the Bills.
Yeah.
It tells you the culture that they built. And Mike, this is the one that I don't think we both see eye to eye on. He says Marlowe signing means they don't trust Johnson's ability to stop the run, tackle, and stay healthy. I don't believe that. Knowing that we've already lost Hyde for the year, and we're without Poyer for this week, possibly longer, our backup safety would have been Cam Lewis, who's never taken a snap at safety in the NFL. Going out and getting Marlowe gives us that force safety that we were missing once we lost Micah. So I don't think it has anything to do with their trust in Johnson or Hamlin. I think it's more to do with us having a backup plan if Poyer stays dinged up and can't play. We now have a safety who understands the defense, also is solid. He's not special because he's not, but he's solid and he knows the system really well. So he can help get people in the correct positions, do all those things in case something happens to one of those two during the game.
Yeah. We were talking about it, man. Listen, man. There's a conflicting report on Poyer. Yeah, they're talking about Poyer being out week to week. Some are day to day, but he's week to week, guys. I'm telling you right now. And I listen at this point. There's no need to rush him back because look at the schedule. Look who we got coming up. And the best thing to do right now, and me and Mikey were talking about this. We got to be real with you guys, man. We're looking at the schedule behind me.
And I'll get the schedule in a second.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I want to put Poyer back until December 17th against the Dolphins at home. There's no reason, guys.
Yeah, we have a super chat coming in from Cali Bill. Showing a little love, a little something for the show.
Man,
we appreciate
thank you. That's Jack. Jack. That is our biggest super chat since we charted. We love them all, but man, you are on the Friday Night Lights Hall of Fame right now.
Hall of Fame, right over there. So Spin comes in and asks, is Marlowe more of a strong or a free? Marlowe's more of a free safety, which is actually the position that Poyer has been playing recently since Micah left, because Hamlin's more of the hammer playing the Poyer position. Poyer was playing the Micah position. So knowing that we have Marlowe back, Marlowe can then exchange with Johnson as they need. Let Hamlin continue playing that hammer role, and Marlowe play that free role.
Yeah, I agree.
Because Marlowe came in and played that Patriots game when Cam fumbled. He was the guy who recovered the fumble. He filled in for Micah.
Right.
I think he can play both, but he's more of a free.
Yeah. I agree with that, and I like Hamlin in there. Man, listen, man. To be honest with you, Hamlin's been doing a really good job. The only time, listen, last week they made one error. I would say that was or was it the week before? I'm sorry. Was it the week before where they got crossed up and they just totally whiffed?
Yeah, the Kansas City game where they all three of them missed.
Yes.
Yeah, and then he came in and tried to take out Juju on the ankle tackle. And
yeah. I mean, that happens. That happens. But and then there was a play. Was it last week? Against Green Bay, where the guy crossed over him.
He actually played that right, and the guy just reversed field on him, and he was looking in the backfield rather than looking at the receiver, and he was late. And
then you got the Jaquan Johnson one against who was that? Was it the Dolphins? They were a big play.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, listen, right? But that's going to happen, guys, from time to time. They're not perfect. They're not Micah Hyde. They're not Jordan Poyer, but they're really good fill-ins. And Hamlin has a high ceiling, guys. I'm telling you, that dude's only going to get better. And I love his physicality, man. Like that dude is not scared.
I think he's the reason. Honestly, I really believe that he's the reason why we haven't re-signed Jordan Poyer. They feel like he's getting closer and closer to being ready.
I'm going to ask you this, Mikey.
Okay.
God, and I hate to say it because I really hope them to re-sign Poyer. I want them to give him an extension. However, I'm going to throw this out. his injuries, is it concerning for Brandon Bean now? Do you think Brandon Bean's saying, man, he's having a rough go. If I pay this guy, will this continue?
No, I
Like,
don't think
I'm just saying, you think
no,
he's thinking
I
that?
think I believe Brandon Bean has a set number in his head, regardless of what his injury
Okay.
history has been. He's going to offer him that. If
I was just
Poyer
curious.
believes he can get more elsewhere, Bean's going to say, "Go get your money if you can get it. If not, no, this is here for you." And other teams might be looking at it like, "Woo, he's getting up there in age. He's starting to get banged up."
Right.
Could be fluke accidents because he's been really healthy
Could
up to this
be.
point.
And it's really just the one elbow. That
Yeah.
really was the same once. It's really since practice,
Since
OTAs.
spring training. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I got the other guy to throw out there, Micah Hyde, with the neck injury. That's also kind of, because listen, that's a tough one, because that's not like something you can mess around with, right? And he's aging. That's also going to be something that I'm curious about. Will he? You know what I would like to see?
Back?
Right. You know what I would like to see? Because Mike has been sticking around. You notice that? Mike has been like coaching up the players. I would love to see if they can give him a role in the future as a coach on this team. Like, honestly, like I we have some smart players. Like, you see, like Von Miller, he's wanting to be a GM, and he's learning from the best. Like, he's gonna learn from the best. So, like, if he's gonna go on that role, like, here's the guy. And I'm very curious if like players like Micah Hyde would be willing to do that. Like, when his career is done, come back to Buffalo, play under McDermott, system. He might. What better guy to have, than a guy that was one of the best at it. So I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah,
if he can return.
Let's touch base on Mike's comment here. He says if Johnson can put on like 5 to 10 pounds of muscle and tackle and pull guys down, his catch, cover, and return capabilities are great. Johnson has been one of those guys that have just been waiting in the wings for years. He's also in the last year of his rookie deal. From what I've seen from Johnson, he is from the U. Knowing that we have Hamlin, we know we have Hyde coming back next year. What they do with Poyer is what they do with Poyer. Marlowe, there's a chance he resigns in the offseason as well. We may draft a guy and let Johnson go. Johnson's a fantastic special teamer and maybe looking for a starting role somewhere.
Yeah,
knowing that Hyde's coming back next year, Hamlin's going to stay that hammer if we don't bring back Poyer. Right? So that means Johnson doesn't have a starting role. He may be looking to go somewhere, like Dean Marlowe did a few years ago. Dean Marlowe was like, okay, I could stay here as a backup, or I can look to go get paid somewhere else. He went to the Lions, spent a year with the Lions as the starting free safety, then signed with Atlanta, was the starting free safety there. So I don't see Johnson coming back, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I mean,
what do we think?
You're right, Mikey. I mean, they could also draft. Listen. I think it honestly depends on what happens with Poyer extension as well. Oh, what happened to Mikey? Mikey turned great on me. Mikey's gone. Mikey's gone.
No,
Mikey's
I'm here.
Back.
Sorry, I'm having a problem with my camera, so I'm just trying to get it fixed.
Uh-oh.
All right, go ahead. You keep going. I'm here.
Okay. No, I think it just depends on what happens with Poyer and Hyde, honestly. But they could go out and draft another safety. Hamlin for sure is going to be here for a while. I think Hamlin's going to be a guy that I think they really like Hamlin. But do they go out and draft another safety? Sure. Why not? There's a ton of draft. That's why you got 7 rounds, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and listen, we've been hitting on late round picks, so it's not like you have to get a guy in the first or second to get a guy that could make it and be good and productive. Like, hey, Hamlin. I think Hamlin was what, 5th round? Mikey, you're 6th? I got to go back on the draft.
He was a 7th round pick.
What? Jeez. I mean, what's that tell you guys? I didn't even know he was that late. I thought he was a 5th. I thought he was a 6th.
No, you're right. Dane was the 7th. Hamlin was the 6th.
Okay, there we go.
You're right.
But still, I mean,
that's too mixed up.
That's all right. That's super late. That is a hit. You got to talk about a guy that as a potential starter. Like, it put it this way: if Micah Hyde wasn't on this team for some reason, Hamlin would be starting the season. He would be a starter like that. He would be our guy. So, And for a 6th-round pick, that is really good. And then you got guys like Christian Benford, like I said, once again. So we could definitely draft a safety later in the rounds. You don't need one in the first or second. And get a stud, because that's what we've been doing. I think we need to concentrate on offensive line. Yeah. We're going to get you. I think offensive line next year is my go-to in the early rounds. Then you work everything else. But I'm getting ahead of myself, but I'm just saying that's how I feel about that.
Yeah, no, that's great. It's just one of those things that we were talking about. So let me go find Chewy's email really quick.
Chewy's gonna get you, bro. You better answer that.
I know. I'm like, I told him to get him in the next segment. We haven't finished this segment yet. Okay, so Chewy's 3 questions. There's 3 questions this week. 1, who are the key players for the Bills this week? I think it's Phillips and Daquan Jones. It's those D tackles. We have to be able to stop the run. If we can stop the Jets running, their passing game is hot garbage. It comes down, and that ties into my keys of the week. I think the key players is going to be our interior D line: Oliver, Phillips, Daquan, and Settle. If we can stop the run, we'll do well.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. I think I'm going to just go with the whole line on that one for one of my key players. Is just the whole damn line. They cannot let last week was bad. And I understand that they were kind of letting them kind of do that. And I think they were kind of caught off guard. I'll be honest with you. I think they were kind of caught off guard because it's Aaron Rodgers, and we all know Aaron Rodgers throws. And I just think they kind of got out of their own, I don't think they ever got going. You know what I mean? And they were just like, all right, this is what you're going to do. Right. But I kind of felt like they were still missing a lot of tackles. And you can't do that because they still got players that could take it to the house. Right.
Yeah.
And I think, listen, and Zach Wilson is no Aaron Rodgers. So there's no need to worry about him throwing it, all over us like Aaron Rodgers do, even with rookie receivers. He is not Aaron Rodgers. So you stop the run, you put the ball in Zach Wilson's hand, and that is a key to the game. That we are going to demolish him, because I do not. If you go back and look at Zach Wilson's last 3 games, I think they're not good. Not good numbers at all. So when he's passing, there's problems. And look what New England did last week to the Jets. No Breece Hall. Stop the run. Let Zach Wilson beat you, and it was a disaster. There was interceptions, bad throws, terrible decision-making by Zach Wilson, which he's done since really last season. And, the reason why the Jets have been successful up to this point, in my opinion, is their defense has been super scrappy. And the running game, when Breece Hall was there, was starting to get into a rhythm with him and Michael Carter, right?
Yeah.
And they were really relying on Breece Hall, especially in the pass game.
They're also playing really bad teams.
No, they were, but either way, I'll give them. It doesn't matter. And if any given Sunday, they did their job. They are what they are. But when they went against a good defense like New England, and New England stopped that run, right? Because I'm sure Belichick was thinking the same thing I am, right? Stop that shit and let this guy beat you, because he's not. And sure enough, he was right. And that game was ugly. And I think that's how this game's going to go, by the way. Yeah.
All right. Question 2. Need more passing or rushing?
That's a good question. Well, we're in New Jersey. I don't think it's a big deal. It's not like it's a snow game.
You know what? And this goes back to something that's being talked about in the chat right now. I so badly want to see Diggs just slaughter
him, right?
Because he's talking mad garbage already.
Of course. Well, that's what he does. Listen, I don't blame him. He's a young kid. He's having a good season so far. I think you are going to see. I think you're going to see. You're going to continue to
piss off Josh Allen after the way he looked at the end of last week.
Yeah, and that was bad. And I think Allen exactly. So I think, though, I still think Singletary is going to get about that 15 carries. I don't think this is going to be super all-out passing. But I definitely could see Singletary getting 15 rushes, 15 carries, and even Cook getting another 5, right?
Not with this defensive line. They have a great
I think
defensive line.
so. I think so. I still think you get that, especially later in the game when we're trying to kill the
I'll
clock.
I'll tell you, if we're giving it to him 15 times, like, and it's most of it's early, we're punting a lot.
I don't know if it'll be early.
Dude,
I don't know if it'll be early.
It'll have to be a late after we have a big lead.
Yeah,
and
I
we're just
think
trying to kill the clock. I could see that, but I cannot see them trying to run the ball early. This Jets front is tough.
Yeah, they're tough,
front.
but they're also expecting us to pass. And when you mix it up, which we do, which I always said, if you do the opposite, right, pass to open up the run, that's when you might see the Jets start to fall apart a little bit there against the run, I think. But we'll see. Yeah. I could definitely see him getting any 15 carries.
I'll lean more towards passing. And then question 3, how much does Naheem play? I think
minimum.
He's the starting return man on both. And then he'll probably have 5-6 touches. He'll have certain packages that he probably knows.
Maybe.
He's not going to have a ton.
He might be in there for a series. You might see him a couple series for like passing downs, maybe like his little screen pass.
Like putting him in. He also runs those jet sweeps.
Right?
Those,
you can see
those gadget type of plays. I can see him being put in for a few of those,
or just out there.
But he doesn't know. He doesn't know the system yet.
Exactly.
So it's gonna be hard.
But I can see him out there just so the Jets are keeping an eye on him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I can see us throwing like little swing pass to him.
Sure. So
handing him the ball and letting him run one of those wide zones.
Exactly.
Give it to him on a little pitch pass that we always talk about McKenzie running. I can see us doing a few of those.
Sure.
I just don't see him being a big part of the offense. I don't see him being a big part of the offense until later this year, honestly.
Yep. It's going to take some time.
All right. There's your 3 questions, Chewy. As promised, I would get to them.
See, Mikey, man of his word.
Yes, I will get to them. I saw someone come in that we haven't seen in a while.
Oh,
it popped up in here. I have to go back a little bit. Where is Jason?
We never disappoint. Never disappoint.
Yeah.
The chat.
Well, Jason N popped in and said hello.
Amy
Milano. Go. Yep.
Hey, Jason.
Jason, what's going on? We want to make sure we say hi. Okay.
Amy's in the building.
Says,
yeah.
Pass it 80 times. Damn the torpedoes. Yep.
80 times.
80 times. Jack comes in and says he wants to see more running. He wants to see Cook. We're not going to see Cook. There's a reason why we went out and got Hines. I love Cook, and I thought he did okay. And basically
he's been playing better.
What you heard from Bean when he talked about it, about the bringing in Hines. 1, it takes the pressure off of Cook, and 2, it takes the pressure off of Shakir. They don't like putting those rookies having to have a lot of pressure put on them so they can come along at their own pace. Now Shakir no longer has those return responsibilities. He can now spend more time in the wide receiver room. Yeah. So it's a positive.
But
I always get the Gold Cup.
Yeah, but to Cook, but I will say this about Cook though, the last few games have been very promising for him. He looks like the game's finally starting to slow down.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, not that
he's
big yard catch and run.
I see him holding the ball back. Like I don't.
Tackles.
Breaking tackles. Like getting the finding the holes. Better.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Just taking his time a little bit, letting the offensive line kind of do their best, even though they're not very good at blocking. But he's still hitting the holes right when he sees them. Something that Zach Moss struggled to do.
Yeah.
Like going with Zach Moss, he would always run into the back of his line. I don't know why.
And you don't see him doing that. You see him finding the daylight. You're starting to see that talent that we thought we were getting coming out of the draft. It takes time.
Exactly.
Some guys sometimes.
It does. Certain players.
He was very small anyways. He was going to have to get stronger. You could see him getting stronger as the season goes. In the first couple of games, when they touched him like that, and this time he broke the tackle, he would have gone down originally.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I expect that. Trust me, guys. I promise you, next season, Mikey, when we're talking about James Cook, we're all going to be talking about, oh my God, they get dude put on 10 pounds of muscle.
Yeah.
10 pounds. You know what I mean?
He'll probably be our starting running back next year with Hines as that third down guy.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
then you have two guys who are pretty similar in traits to where you don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
You know, there is no, okay, it's a pass around or it's a run down or whatever the case may be. Like right now, when Cook goes out there, 90% of the chances it's going to be a pass.
Right.
You know, so
Yep.
okay, so let's move into the injury reports. Let me share my screen real quick. Share screen.
Oh,
And
Pistons are so
reports.
bad.
Pistons are bad. Okay, here we go, Tommy. Showing screen.
All right.
All right, for the Bills, obviously we already know Jordan Poyer is out, elbow. Questionable, we have Spencer Brown, ankle, who I saw some video of this week from some of the beat reporters. He's looking good. I don't know if he'll play this week. If he is active, he may be a backup to Questenberry until he's ready. Which I would still prefer him in as a backup role than completely out, because I don't trust Bobby Hart at all. Then Matt Milano, oblique. He's been limited most of this week at practice. We'll see how he looks. And then Tre'Davious White, although he doesn't have an injury designation, he's questionable. We were told he's day to day. We don't know if he's playing or not. And then will play Cam Lewis forearm. He was full all week long. Von Miller ankle. He creeped up on the injury report. I didn't even know he was hurt. Matter of fact, he went on Pat McAfee on Thursday and didn't say anything about it. So Tremaine Edmonds heel, Tywan Jones knee, and Mitch Morris elbow all going to play, which doesn't surprise me.
Yeah,
so really, our big ones are Milano, White, and Brown. We'll see how that all plays out.
I still don't think you'll see White. I just don't. I think possibly next week. I just think I don't think they want to risk it just yet.
I don't think we see him either. I think we're going to give him another week. If they do play him, I don't see him playing a full game. I see them rotating the guys because Benford is not still hurt. Benford is back.
Yeah, he's back. He's
You're seeing them rotate right now with those three guys. Once Trey comes back, you'll see the four-man rotation at first. At some point, Trey will lock in, and then you'll see a rotation between some of the other guys.
Right.
But we'll be interested to see how that corner two plays out going forward.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but isn't that wonderful? Remember when we were going into the offseason, we were thinking that corner was our biggest weakness? Now we have 4 guys that we could play out there.
That's cool. Yeah. We have very good depth at the corner slot. I was very concerned.
Yeah. Out for the Jets, Corey Davis, which is a big, big loss for them. He's huge in their run game.
Yeah.
They don't have anybody questionable. Will play Herbig, Dwayne Brown, who's nursing a shoulder injury, LaMarcus Joyner's nursing a hip, and CJ Uzama is nursing a shoulder. So they lost the receiver. We lost our safety. Ultimately, we should win this game.
Yeah, we should win it.
Not
big.
Huge, not huge list. It's getting better week after week. So looking here, Scott says, I think you'll see Trey this game, most likely a quarter, help evaluate a full-time role against Minnesota. I don't even think you'll see him like a full quarter. I think you'll see him do series, like they did with Benford and Elam early, where one played a series and the next one came in for a series.
That.
I can see that. I can see Benford and Elam swapping, and I can see Jackson and White swapping.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. I mean,
if they play,
I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to lean towards you're not going to see him. I don't think they're just going
to stick him out there for a whole game. I think he's going to win whatever game comes back. It's going to be a swap.
I agree with that too.
He didn't have a training camp or a preseason. This is week 2.
Nothing
of practice,
and I don't even know how physical they were at practice with him this week. So, just saying, you got to ease him in there, man. I think they give him enough. That's why I don't think you see him. I think he goes hardcore practice next week, a little bit more, a little bit going at it with the receivers, testing that knee out, making sure everything's good, and just getting his confidence back about tackling, Because listen, a lot of this is confidence now too, like mental. where to cut. Like, that's just the way it works, man. When you got a nasty, bad injury like that, it's always in your mind, man. So, like, he has to knock that out.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people come out and say this. They should put Trey at safety. Not going to happen. It's a completely different position. He's an all-pro at corner. He's not moving to safety.
Nope.
They won't do that.
Nope.
You'll see Cam Lewis. You'll see probably Benford. You'll see one of those guys move back to safety before you see Trey move to safety.
100%. That's
right.
his spot.
Trey needs to get into game shape. He still needs the
telling you
what is being called calluses. He needs to callus his body.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Scott, Trey's coming for you, Tommy. Full time at home against Minnesota.
Listen, I don't know about full, but it's very possible you see him in a Minnesota game. But I don't think full time. I still think you see him, like Mikey said, on series, just kind of getting him out there, knocking that rust off a little bit. And maybe even shoot. I mean, it depends. If he goes in for a series against Minnesota and he really looks good, of course, I'm pretty sure Frazier and the coaching staff's going to keep him out there for another series or two or continue. I think they want to evaluate him. They want to see how he's looking out there when it's game time, So, hey, who knows? Maybe you do see him in the Jets game late in the fourth quarter when the game's out. You never know. I don't know. But I just have a feeling that he won't play this weekend. I'm just going to throw that out there, but who knows? I don't know.
Yeah. Tommy, there's someone in the comments you might want to block.
Oh, is it? Oh, boy. Somebody in the comments here. I gotta get there. Hold on.
But anyways, moving on. Ultimately, when we look at this, Mike, in 45 minutes in, just knows the banner was last week's. Yeah, Tommy, our banner still says Bills Packers Week 8 preview.
Oh man, we're slacking.
We're slacking. It happens.
All right, he is removed, my friend.
Thank you.
You're talking about the Pete fella?
Yes, he's just spamming our chat.
Man, come on, spam Pete. All right.
Anyways, moving on. So that's kind of where we stand with the injury report at this point. Keys to the game.
That's going to drive me nuts. That's going to drive me insane. So now I'm going to fix it while Mikey's talking.
Yeah. Keys to the game this week. We'll start with what we talked about earlier. Stop the run. The Jets' pass offense is just hot garbage right now. Hot garbage. We need to shut down that run game and force. And Jesus, this guy is killing me.
I already did it. I don't know what to tell you.
He's still popping up in there.
I don't know. It could be delayed though.
Okay, yeah. Stop. Make Zach Wilson beat you at the end of the day.
It could be delayed though.
Okay, yeah. Oh. So make him beat you. By the way, I can hear my echo back because of your phone.
Yeah, it's me. My bad. Sorry about that. Oh man. Hey guys, by the way, our good old chat. If you ever see anybody that's being right. No.
Yeah, right.
Then
so key to the game number 2, red zone, red zone, red zone. Right here, Mike comes in and says, I reported and blocked him. The 3 dots on the right side of his message, you can block report.
Yeah, I already did that.
Okay. So at the end of the day, red zone, Tommy, we are still like super low down in red zone offense. And last week we did not look any better. Most of our scoring came early, and we didn't look great in the red zone. We need to get better in the red zone. Key number 3, turnovers. Stop turning the ball over. We need to find a way to make Scott a moderator, a mod, so we can.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that. If anyone, I'll have to look into that, guys.
Yeah, I'll look into that too. We'll make Scott a mod so he can get rid of those guys for us. He's always.
But he should be. I don't think he's in there anymore. I think I.
Good. Okay.
Took care of that. I think.
Turnovers, Tommy. We got to stop the turnovers. The turnovers are killing us. Unforced errors is what they've become.
Oh, yes. And Josh knew better last
Yeah.
week. He knew
So
better.
I'll recap this real quick.
Oh,
Stop
okay.
the run. Do better in the red zone. Quit the turnovers. Your
Okay.
turn.
Yes. Josh last week, dumb. Listen, I think that whole second half last week was just so uncharacteristic of this team. I personally think, now I could be wrong, but I personally think after coming out in that second half, including the coaching staff, maybe not McDermott, but I think Dorsey a little bit too. I think they thought the game was I think they thought the game was already had, and I thought they were like just having a little bit too fun, messing around, doing things they don't normally do. Like Josh normally doesn't throw those kind of throws. You know, like I just saw a lot of uncharacteristic things, even on the defense towards the end there. Maybe a little cockiness. I don't know, but you can't do that against certain teams because it will bite you in the ass, and you don't want to get caught up in that. You know, you just don't want that, right? Listen, don't take your foot off the pedal. Do what you got to do and get this team knocked out. Knock them out and go on to the next week. Don't let a team hang around. And the poor tackling from last week, that cannot happen again. That was just bad tackling over and over and over and over and over again. Listen, that defense prides themselves. I'm sure they watched the film and they're like disgusted on how they tackle because that was bad. That was really bad. And I think they'll clean it up. I really do. I honestly think they were caught off guard. I think they were caught off guard, and I just think they never got back on track against the run. In my opinion. But it didn't really come back to bite us. You know what I mean? I kind of felt like Green Bay was this, and maybe even Frazier at one point probably said, we're up this many. They're going to keep running it. They're going to kill their own time. It is what it is. And I mean, look, ultimately we got the job done. So I think this weekend, the keys are exactly what you said. And if we do that, I think we just destroy the New Jersey Jets.
Yeah, the New Jersey Jets. It was one of those things. It was just odd. Like even last night, and Thomas says it in there. It was just like a weird game because even the Eagles seemed like they got up. You know, once you get up, it's just kind of like it was odd.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't come. There was no fire in the second half.
That's what I mean. It just felt like we thought the game was over already.
Yeah,
and we were just out there. Like you can't do that.
Yep, and that will come back to bite you against a better team. So let's hope we learned our lessons after last week. You know, I heard what Josh said in the post game. He's like, you know, it's one of those things of he's got to be better. He said, you know, it felt like a disgusting win. The taste wasn't good in his mouth. I like that. Come out ready to, you know, drop big donkeys on these guys.
Yeah. I think we'll get back. Listen, I think we're going to get. Also, too, we were on a bye week.
Yeah.
Not that that's an excuse, but it seems like we always come out of a bye week not the greatest, right? We get the job done, but what I don't want to see, and I'll say it, and I'm going to throw it out there, is we did this last year. We barely got a win in Miami. I mean, we wound up beating it, but it was closer than what people remember. And then we really stunk it up the following week. Against the Jags. I do not want to see that against the Jets. Like, well, okay, you knocked the rust off against last week against the Packers. Got that out of your system. It's time to play football, guys. So
this will
handle
tell
your
us,
business.
This will tell us, you know, we already made the adjustment, you know, from last year on the early set of games, right? You know, getting those wins. Now we need to see the adjustment here. McDermott said, happy to get a win. However, there was some uncharacteristic play by us in the second half. Everyone's talked about it all week, how, you know, we need to put that behind them and come out ready to go. This isn't the same Jets team. This is a 5-3 Jets team.
Right.
You know, who are looking to knock you off. Every time we play someone in the division, we have the bullseye on our back. We got to come out and put them in their place. As you started this show off with, we need to show those jackals that we're the lions.
The hyenas and jackals.
Yeah,
exactly.
That we're the lions.
Right.
Let's go in there and smash them, just like we did against the Rams, just like we did against the Steelers, against the Titans. Go in there and put our foot on their throat and let Josh sit down in the third quarter.
I agree. 100%. And yeah, I think if we do everything that this team is capable of and should do, this would not be a close game.
Yeah.
This shouldn't be a close game. I think we are the way better football team than the Jets, in my opinion. And listen, I'm sure the Jets are happy. They're 5-3. They're doing better than I thought. But I think they're, I kept saying they're going to get knocked down to reality at some point. And I think it started with the Patriots. It's going to start now.
And then we're gonna keep pushing them down. We're gonna keep holding them underwater.
Right.
No
yeah.
for you.
And then they'll be bottom feeders again.
Yeah.
And
we're gonna pull the big brother card and just push them back down and hold them down.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move into our score predictions, Tommy. It's that time. By the way, everybody, I won't be on Sunday with Tommy for post game. I will be flying on a business trip, so I'll be gone Sunday and Monday. I will be back next Friday, and I'll have a co-host with me as Tommy's going to a wedding. So the next time you see me and Tommy together, it will be after the week 10 game? Because this is the week 9 game,
yeah,
right?
because I got a wedding next Friday,
Yep.
and it'll be that Monday.
Yeah, so it'll be that Sunday after the.
Oh, you're right. Post game. All right. Okay. It's not too bad.
About a week before you see me and you together again. But I'll be holding it down while he's gone. He'll be holding it down while I'm gone. Life, real life comes at us every once in a while and things like this happen. So we'll make the transition. However, we will be here to give you guys your content. So
yes, sir.
Score time, Tommy. I have it 34-13.
Damn, Jason, is it close, bro? I mean, that's a little close.
Ooh, look at
99-0. See, now Scott's more realistic than this one.
99.
I mean, Jason, come on, man.
Jets, last place offense. They're first in defense, 32nd in offense.
I mean, Scott has it way closer. Scott's
ranked offense is going to score 27 against us.
I like this one, like Cali Bliss, 35-10. So I'm going to go with. Here we go. I always got to lean back, put my thinking cap on. All right, here we go. 38. 10.
38-10. I have it 34-13.
Damn.
And I have a 34-13 because I have a feeling we're going to see Keenum this week. And Spen, we will still be here. We just won't be together.
Right. So I'll be over. I'll do the post game on Sunday. I'll do the Monday show, and Mikey would do the Friday show next week. We'll be back on the post game the following Sunday.
Yeah.
Or that Sunday, whatever.
We just want to let you guys know kind of what the logistics will be for the next week. As unfortunately for work, I'm traveling. It happens. It'll be the first time it's happened since the pandemic. I used to travel a lot for work. I won't be very much, but it is what it is. So with that, Tommy, any final thoughts?
Yes. So tomorrow, look for we'll be going on at 2:00. That's going to be our time slot. That's it. 2:00 fantasy football show, Fantasy Kingdom, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Then at 6:00 Eastern time, I will be on Sports Dynasty podcast for AFC East Shakedown. So it's not going to be on my channel. It's going to be on Sports Dynasty at 6:00. Also, look out for a video I should be posting tomorrow. I don't know what time, but I will be, which is the debut of Mafia Means Family podcast. Mini Mafia and Mafia Mom. So look for that sometime tomorrow, that video, and support them because they're newbies, and I'm proud of them for what they're taking on that challenge.
I'm super excited about that one.
Yeah,
coming out. We love Mini Mafia. He came and joined us, and then Mafia Mom knows her stuff. So
yeah, man.
I was asking, where am I going? I'm actually flying to St. Louis, Ocala, Missouri. My whole group for North America, because I work for a global company. Our whole North America group is flying in for an end of the year meeting and meet and greet and all that fun stuff. So,
hey, by the way, guys, who said something about being a moderator? Scott?
Scott said it. I think Amy said she would be.
Okay, so if
Well,
anyone could, I'll look into it. I'll see
Yeah.
how that works because I don't know how. But if you guys know, hit me up on Twitter and just let me know, like, you know, or whatever, you know, and then I'll set you up on my YouTube. I'm pretty sure it has to do with YouTube. I gotta like put your username or whatever in. So
Mhm.
let me know and I'll figure that out. So this way we don't have those issues anymore because I know sometimes that's weird.
Yeah. Beth also said she's always here. She could be a mod too. So we'll
Yes,
we'll
she
give her a
is.
few of those. We'll get a few of you guys out there. And Scott, I do have an office in Chicago, so I do tend to travel there from time to time. Actually, I was there about how long ago was that? It was during the summer, right, Tommy? I think it was the summer I went to Chicago.
You're gonna get some Chicago pizza.
Yeah. So when I come to town, Scott, I'll let you know, and we'll meet up and you know, have some.
You're gonna
wings
go
or
meet them at Dicka's.
Yeah, we'll do something. We'll
Do
do
they
something.
still
We'll
got
meet up
that there?
when I'm ever out that way.
Do they
What's that?
still got Dicka's there?
I have
The
no idea.
restaurant?
I have no
Dicka's?
idea.
I think they do. I wonder. All right, Scott, you tell me.
Yeah.
I'm very curious.
All right.
Scott.
For Tommy and myself, Tommy, let's play that best outro in the business, brother.
Yep. And we are out of here. Go Bills.
Bills.
Peace out, guys.